The secondary market is starting to crash. Now that tax returns have been delivered, are we seeing a big difference? We're going to get into that and a whole bunch of news within this episode for sure. In addition, does this have anything to do with any of the figures that are getting low stock warnings that have only been out for a couple of months, baby? And right on time, the Hot Toys Wizard calling me. Let's pick it up. Hello, Wizard. I see that you're right on target. Yes, I'm expecting that rooted hair Bo-Katan to be announced any day. Any day. Absolutely, I'm aware. I have looked into my crystal ball and have seen those new 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi figures. And boy, oh, no, my crystal ball is better. Well, no, you didn't lend that to me. That's my crystal ball. You're going to have to tune in tomorrow to 6 Scale Raw at 8:15 p.m., Wizard. And we're going to talk about that Luke Skywalker. Really, you think it's going to be at Artisan? DX? What about Leia? What about Padme? What about Gamora, baby? What about Black Widow? Goodbye. Let's go ahead and dive into all this right now. And welcome everyone to another episode of the Market Value Chart Show right here at 6 Scale Cantina. And just in case you don't know just who I am the Dark Jedi Aries Tarrington, about to serve up all the 6 Scale Hot Toys talk. So please go ahead and smash that like button. I so do very much appreciate your support. And hey, while you're at it, please also go ahead and subscribe to 6 Scale Cantina. Again, thank you so much for your support. There's some breaking news here because I've been keeping an eye on it. And the secondary market is going back to whence it was before tax season was starting to get really, really close, and collectors were starting to get tax returns. Am I starting to see a slowdown in the secondary market? And I say yes. Let me tell you something. Make no mistake about it. This is a volatile global economy. And with inflation, the worst that it's been and the highest that it's been in over 45 years. Does that equate to less expendable income for things like collectibles? Of course. It requires more attention to essentials and necessities to get more money, to have the money, to be able to take care of those essentials and those necessities. What gets left on the back burner? expendable income that goes towards play, recreational activities, vacations, collecting, so on and so forth. And I think there was a little bit of a boost with tax season. And I'm starting to see it go back to where it was. Look, you've been at the gas pump. And many of us have been to the markets and tried to buy a dozen eggs. Or looking for deals on bread. Trying to buy a half dozen bagels. Goodness gracious me. Half and half that goes into this delicious 6-scale Cantina coffee, baby. It's pricey. It's pricey. Cheers to you. You got to put more into half and half, or milk, or eggs, or turkey, or chicken. It's hard. It's hard. And you're starting to see the effects in the secondary market. And does this have anything to do, anything at all, when you look at a Return of the Jedi 40th Darth Vader, which is absolutely one of the best looking 6-scale prototypes I have ever laid eyes on? We'll see what it looks like when it comes out, but if Hot Toys has been doing what they've been doing lately, their trends, it is going to be absolutely unbelievable. But already one version has a low stock remaining warning. Let's go to the 20th anniversary of the Clone Wars, and you got Clone Commander Fox, and that also has a low stock remaining warning. Look at the Christian Bale Armory. Coming out like just a month after that, already has a low stock remaining warning. Look at the Black Panther Mech Tech. Already has a low stock remaining warning. Why? Let me show you some things here first. Pulling this up onto the screen. And you can see right here, back from August 4th, with 19 bids, outstanding seller, 706 feedback, all 100% positive. This is readily in stock at a lot of retailers, and $137.50 with free shipping. This is a hot toy. This is MMS 522. Let's go to another MMS 522. And also from August 4th, with 34 bids, another great seller, 519, and all 100% positive, $110.50. This one with shipping is $14.90 in shipping. Again, $125, not including taxes. And new! This is a new hot toy. MMS 522. Captain Marvel. Let's move away from Brie Larson. Let's go to Robert Downey Jr. and the hyper-popular Iron Man 2. MMS 400. This is the one that comes with the head sculpt. You know, the new one. $225 with 43 bids. That's as high as this can go. From a great seller that a lot of us know, with 127,100 feedback. Are you kidding me? And I don't care what IP it is. And even stuff. I'm not talking about your Grails, like the Neo Matrix, the Jack Sparrow DX, 15 or 06, or Darkside Anakin, or Han Solo A New Hope. Those are actually going up. But a lot of the wannabe Grails, they're just not. After tax season, let me pull this up. This is very telling. Remember the Mud Trooper? And And I was actually thinking about this because $289 with a great seller, 332 feedback, all 100% positive. Just $289 and not a bite. Not a bite. Pause and soak that in. Not a bite. I mean, this is just available for $4 more than a retail Bo-Katan price with a head sculpt and helmet. Not a bite. Wow. But let's stay with Star Wars. We're just at Marvel for a bit. Here's a 600 whatever plus figure. And back from August 2nd, one bid with an outstanding seller, 686 feedback. All 100% positive. New TMS 046, pay attention. $300, not including the 60 in shipping. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby. Let's go to some more. Here's Black Widow with another outstanding seller, 135 feedback, all 100% positive. With free shipping, and this is a absolutely stunning, gorgeous figure. Stunningly gorgeous. And I was able to, I don't have this yet, but I was able to see this one at my friend John and Tori's house just about a month ago. Not even a bite at $195, well under retail. Not a bite. Why? Why not a bite? Why? Here's a rescue. You know, this retails for over $400. And you're not even getting another outstanding seller here with 74 feedback, all 100% positive. $179.28. Buy it now. I'm actually thinking about it. Not a bite. Not a bite. And you have to ask yourself, what's going on here? And I could tell you that the economy is not where it once was. As I spoke about opening up this episode. And until it starts to really turn around, it's going to be few and far between for the majority to get loads and loads and tons of expendable income for any type of recreational or collectible or things of that nature that aren't essentials, that aren't necessities. And you have to further ask yourself, is it possible that that's why you're seeing a version of the 40th anniversary of the Return of the Jedi Darth Vader already getting a low stock warning, and Commander Fox already getting that low stock warning, and the same with the Christian Bale Armory and the Black Panther mech tech? And I say, yes, I think that's partly the reason. Because there's enough data out there, and there's enough trends to show. You know, it's kind of like if you see a hurricane or tornado coming. You could stand in the middle of it like this and just let it, you know, try and overtake you like Superman. Or you can go ahead and evacuate. You could go ahead and start boarding your windows up or doing the things that you've got to do to be able to weather the storm. And I think partly that's what you're seeing here. There's only so much to go around. Except for this cantina, 6-scale cantina coffee here in this wonderful official 6-scale cantina mug. Is it possible? You have to wonder. If you go to 6scalecantina.com, which we'll take a look at later because there's a lot of updates on there, you can hit the link to it and you can buy yourself one of these mugs and we can cheer and toast together, baby. I mean, if you go right now and let's take a look at what's just a last chance quick captcha here on Sideshow, for instance. And you can see with this coming up, look, Clone Commander Fox, this is just a few months ago. Darth Vader, Return of the Jedi, just a few months ago. Batman Armory, just a couple months ago. Almost gone. Black Panther, I feel like it just came out yesterday. Almost gone. And what about some of the new figures that are due to come out? Like when this rooted hair Bo-Katan from The Mandalorian Season 3 gets officially announced. Are we going to be able to, as collectors, count on a 6 to 9 month window before the pre-order goes on waitlist? And while I don't know and you don't know and nobody knows, I would venture to start suggesting right now that it's possible that the window can be changing. That your window of opportunity, baby, to pre-order some of the things that are coming out from this point forward may only be anywhere from 2 to 4 months. And let's face it, that's an enormous amount of time. But it's taking a step back. It's even further, another further adjustment, if that's the case, that's being made from Hot Toys. And with those Mandalorian figures that are coming out, the female Mandalorian, the male Mandalorian from the Mandalorian Season 3, the new Moff Gideon, that new R5-D4 that they teased, and gosh, just a plethora of those. Are those really going to be 6 to 8 monthers? The way it's looking right now, I don't know with this new development. I don't know with what I'm seeing here. And quite frankly, it makes me think about the rest of the Return of the Jedi and 40th anniversary and Clone Wars 20th anniversary figures that the Wizards' crystal ball certainly sees forthcoming. You know, it seems like there was a time with the Attack of the Clones Wave 1, Wave 2, 6, 8 months. Certainly put a red alert on the Attack of the Clones Wave 2. That's the Padme. That's the Super Battle Droid. That's the Anakin. That's the Mace Windu. But it does make us have to think. And we do have to ask ourselves, what kind of window do we have? And do I think that this is a good thing? Yes. Because it brings collectability. Right now, with an economy like this, collectability is key. Rarity and as much demand as you can muster up is crucial. And I think that that's exactly some of the adjustments that are also being made from by Hot Toys is not only are their products what they're trying to show as the number one 6-scale products in the universe, what they're trying to show, but they're also trying to show that they're the most collectible best products in the universe, and making this adjustment even if it wasn't a volatile global economy, I think is absolutely a great thing for this hobby. I really, really do. And I'm very, very excited about it. But I do think that they have been, obviously, with everything that we've been seeing on waitlist, and we're going to go through some of those, the adjustments already made. But I'm starting to sense that possibly an even further adjustment is being made. So I would proceed with caution on your window of opportunity with not just exclusives, but all figures coming out and getting officially announced from Hot Toys. I wouldn't bank on 6 to 8 months as the norm. I would bank on it being ever flowing and ever changing. But as the economy continues to be where it is, I would say it's going to continue to change and be on the lower end of the production spectrum. For sure. And look at the differences here. I'll pull this up on the screen. Here's from August 3rd with 26 bids. 26 bids. An outstanding seller. 755 feedback. All 100% positive. $321. This didn't even come out yet. But it's on wait list. It's out. U.S. seller. Not including the 19 in shipping, not including taxes, which means this is well over $350 for a Moon Knight figure that doesn't even have an Oscar Isaac head sculpt, which really, quite frankly, is the big, big thing that Hot Toys quality is measured against, is those human head sculpts. Main thing, anyway. Here's another one. From another outstanding seller, Hawk Wars Toys, now at 1,732 feedback. All 100% positive. Marching very close to that 1,750. Congratulations to Ray. That's Ray's name here. And I actually just got my Fennec Shand from Hawk Wars Toys, which I have to open. I still got to open up my Chrome Mando with the Pedro Pascal head sculpt and Grogu from Hawk Wars. I'm a little behind, baby. I've got a bunch of boxes. But highly, highly recommend Ray. Double boxes, everything, stands behind his products. And you can see right here, $350, best offer accepted. I know, Ray. So it's not more than $25. You could probably do $325 like that one, $321. Unbelievable. Not including the $25.29 in shipping for this TMS 075 Moon Knight figure. It is a complete 180-degree difference when the figures are more rare, when there's less production of the figures, and there's more demand on getting the figures. You're seeing it right here. You're seeing it right there. And here's another recent one that came out. And we're down to the last one from this seller with 5,053 feedback, already 10 sold, down to the last one at $399 for this amazing Spider-Man with the Andrew Garfield head sculpt from the amazing No Way Home, MMS 658. Are you kidding me? And keep an eye. Keep an eye. Keep an eye on this one. And just came out. And when I tell you I think that there was very, very little of this exclusive Neo made, very, very little. Very little. So you're already selling for $375 here from this outstanding seller with 6,922 feedback. And when it comes to a figure like this, when it comes to a figure like Cobb Vanth, when it comes to a release like Mighty Thor, when it comes to a release like the Grand Inquisitor, are these figures I just mentioned really going to have more than 4,000 produced, like what's being touted as limited with the new awesome DX Artisan Rooted Hair Joker? And I say no. You know, just because Hot Toys says and unveiled the production numbers on that Rooted Hair Joker at 4,000, that doesn't mean that in fine print they say, oh, by the way, but with Cobb Vanth we produced 14,000. I didn't see it. Did you? That doesn't mean, you know, with Mighty Thor, I don't even know if either one of these figures, Cobb Vanth or that one, actually cracked the top 10, let alone the top, maybe the top 5. I don't think it cracked that. Then it went way down in the list. 4,000 of those? You know, and you have to further ask yourself, you know, with the sculpted hair Joker, do we really know for absolute surety that it's less, that it's more than 4,000? And I say no. We don't know. You know, right now, you can see this on the screen. Here's this absolutely incredible looking, and I'll say that again, and I'll use the word perfection, because that's what it almost looks like to me, although nothing's perfect unless you're God. But my goodness. And I'll tell you what, I was watching Justin's collection review on this, and I actually agree when he just really reiterated that this was incredible looking in person. And I did look at that secret base picture or whatever, and I'm just looking at these pictures, and I have to agree. But we're going to get into that and comparing it to InArt and talk about that in just a bit. That'll be the next segment. But let's continue with this. 4,000 of these. But is there a little tagline that says there will be more of the sculpted hair version? No, it could just be used to... They're saying it's exclusive. There's only 4,000. That doesn't mean anything. it does get you to jump. It does get you to buy it quickly. Oh, only 4,000. But I'll be honest with you. I can't see many of these figures being much more than 4,000. Even if they're 4,000. And I'll bring this back up as a case in point. With the last chance menu on Sideshow, using that as an example. And it's not always that the less expensive version is the one that there's more of. As a matter of fact, I dare say that many times this lower version here, this collector edition here, the one for just $300 here, this is the one that has the low stock remaining warning. Not the deluxe version at $345 yet. That'll be following. So you really don't know when it comes to that rooted hair Joker if it's actually more or less than the sculpted hair. But certainly one thing that Hot Toys did do, and do very well, is they created a lot of hype. And just from the way it looks, they created a lot of hype. But certainly giving it a number has created a stir. Pause. You're watching the market chart show here at 6 Scale Cantina. Cheers to you. Coffee's finished there. Now we got to go to the thermos, baby. Now we got to go to the thermos. Real interesting stuff. And with everything that's coming out, and like you're seeing here on the banner, even if they don't label, that Bo-Katan with rooted hair, with numbers and exclusive like the rooted hair Joker, or with numbers and exclusive like the 3,000 that we're getting with the rooted hair DX Anakin. Is it going to be more than 3,000 or 4,000 of them actually that are going to be produced? How about this Mech Tech Black Panther, which didn't even get in the top 15? Way down the list. Did we already sell 10,000 of those? And what I'm trying to get you to do is I'm trying to get you to open your eyes to see, hey, what kind of window do I really have here? And what's going on in the secondary market where I can try and pinpoint maybe what companies like Hot Toys are doing to adjust to those trends in the secondary market production-wise? What are distributors doing? What are comic shops doing? What are retailers doing to adjust inventory and business-wise? And when you start thinking that way, you start realizing that there may be something to some of the things that we are seeing that we haven't been used to for years. But I think we're all learning to adapt, for sure. Now, let's talk about the secondary market when it comes to the Hot Toys and the in-art Joker. Because I told you from months ago that I would start tracking the in-art Joker and paying attention to the Hot Toys like DX11 Joker. And honestly, very interestingly, the DX11 Joker, as I've showed you on many shows here through the months, is doing very well. Doing very well, between $400 and $500, to get that set. We're going to see how much the new DX with the sculpted and rooted hair kind of dent into that. But it was holding up very well. Because it really is an absolutely outstanding figure. And how is the in-art Joker doing now that Hot Toys has announced that they are coming out with a counterpart to that particular Joker? And one thing that I will point out is if you're going to get the in-art Joker with the rooted hair, it comes in a special 2-pack, which is pretty awesome, and you get that diorama big, but it's going to cost you over $1,000. And I don't remember what the exact price is. It's $1,000, $1,200, $1,500. I mean, you could pull up some of these sites and, see the prices for, some of these figures like this. But you could see right here, full payment, $1,150 on the screen. And I don't know if that's including shipping or not. You can go to other websites overseas and take a look at that. So if you want the rooted hair Joker from InArt, you're going to have to go ahead and you're going to have to pay a hefty price for it for sure. And pulling this up onto the screen so we could go ahead and compare it. Here's one in the secondary market. An InArt Joker, but not complete with both figures. It's missing the one figure, so you're only going to get the one that's in there from pulling this up, which gives collectors the option. But already, this at $600 at 11 bids, outstanding seller, 1,693 feedback, all 100% positive, but not including the $53.95 in shipping, not including taxes. Now Hot Toys comes out with their version that's going to be limited to 4,000 pieces. Is this going to have an effect on this figure and all the Jokers in the secondary market? And I say, absolutely it's going to. Looking at the pictures here, and this looks absolutely unbelievably awesome. But you can't tell me. And here's another angle of it. So you get all angles. And look at how incredible that is. That's the InArt version. But for me, you can't tell me that looks better than this. The thing is we don't know if this is real yet. We don't know if this is how this is going to come out from Hot Toys. We did have a Tony Stank thing, I'm just going to say, even though we've moved away from that. But I'm just giving you the truth here. But if this does come out like this, and I mentioned Justin before, and he's a premier reviewer. That's why he's got hundreds of thousands of people who subscribe to him. And he thought that at least this version in there looked incredible. I tend to agree. It looks incredible. Is it better than the InArt one? Nobody knows, because it's not out. But I almost want to say, when you're going to compare both of these side by side, it'll be like splitting hairs. No pun intended. I mean, and it's kind of funny because I don't hear much talk about the head sculpts. But this head sculpt looks sick. Forget about hair. The head sculpt looks so good. Looks so good. So when this comes out limited, is that going to give collectors an option to buy a far less expensive version from Hot Toys? Yes, but this is going to quickly, it's limited production. So this is going to very quickly go much higher than the $500-600 this is going to cost you right off the bat, right off there. So right there, you're going to have two options in the secondary market. And two options where we don't really know right now which one is actually better. And I know we could take a look at the prototype like we just were, and we could take a look at the real version from the one that's out from InArt and make comparisons. But I'm just getting a hunch, unless Hot Toys bombs it, which anything's possible, that it's going to be like splitting hairs. It's going to be potato, potato, tomato, tomato. They're going to be very, very close. And two very close figures, exceptional figures, great figures in the secondary market. What will that mean for the Joker in the secondary market? We're going to have to keep an eye on it. And at the end of the day, in closing, yeah, it's kind of cool that we're getting competition with some of the same figures and characters that have already been released from Hot Toys. And, you know, and I think that that's good, but I really hope for the large part, with whether it's Hot Toys answering another company with another version, or other companies coming in continually putting out same versions that Hot Toys put out, let's mix in, and maybe mix in even more, figures that have not been put out yet. Licenses that are not secured yet. I mean, I think this is all great, but can somebody do Battlestar Galactica, please? Can somebody do Buck Rogers, please? Can somebody get some other IPs and some other licenses to do figures that some great third-party companies or Hot Toys has not put out yet? Let's get more of that. And while I think better versions and not more of the same, but better of the same is good, I don't necessarily want to continue with everything being the same. And then always going through this, which is better, that's better, that's better. You know, and it would be one thing, you know, maybe Hot Toys is going to drop or lose some of these licenses and someone else can go ahead and pick it up, or one of these new companies can do something that Hot Toys and InArt don't have licenses for. Or I'd rather see some new stuff. I'm excited because I think that Gandalf and that Aragorn, for instance, that InArt is coming out with, right now with those prototypes, and we don't know until they come out, that's what I'm saying, but right now with those prototypes, they look just as good as any of the best Hot Toys that ever came out. And that's how I want to compare. I want to compare a Camaro to a Mustang, a Challenger to a Camaro, not a Mustang to a Mustang. While that's cool and great, I don't want to keep doing that. I want different stuff. Because not only, like, if InArt comes out with a Saruman, and I hope they do, Christopher Lee, not only can you compare the Saruman to the Gandalf and the Aragorn, but now you could take another figure and compare it towards Dooku and have that type of comparison. I think it'd be great. And while comparing the Heath Ledger, that same Joker is great, I hope after this with Hot Toys I don't see another one for a long time. Please go ahead and smash that like button. I so do very much appreciate your support. And again, don't forget to subscribe to 6 Scale Cantina. If you liked what you watched here today, you may want to consider bookmarking 6scalecantina.com. And it's right on here, baby. And actually, this is 6scalecantina.com, but I've got these beautiful mugs, like this one I'm showing you in my video here, on the screen, my friends. And you could go ahead and buy that by going to 6scalecantina.com, clicking on this link. And it does support the channel. And I do very, very much appreciate that, my friends. But you can also go to this yellow highlighted section. And if you want to become a channel member, which I call a Cantina Insider, look at here. New episode available now, right up on the screen. Look, Wizard's Crystal Ball, episode 2. You see Christopher Reeve. You see George Reeves. You see Carrie Fisher with her hair as she had it towards the end of Return of the Jedi on Endor. Are we going to get an artisan version of Leia? Oh boy. Are we going to get a George Reeves? Are we going to get another Christopher Reeves? Wizard's Crystal Ball episode 2 just uploaded this morning. And last week just uploaded the debut episode. You see Adam West there. You see Queen Amidala. You see Michael Rooker. You see Harrison Ford. You don't want to miss these episodes. And of course, you get a whole bunch when you become a Cantina Insider. Just go ahead and click on the little join button on the channel. See everything that it comes with. It's one price. It's cheaper than a dozen eggs in most places, baby. And again, I do appreciate your support, my friends. You can see right up on here, your premiere and only stop for 6-scale talk on Monday nights. 6-scale Raw with the Dark Jedi. That is tomorrow. I do got some breaking news from the Hot Toys Wizards crystal ball right here, baby. What am I seeing? And we'll talk about it with the panel tomorrow. You absolutely don't want to miss that. 8:15 p.m. Eastern for sure. Remember, I don't always buy coffee out. But when I do, baby, I buy it right here at 6-Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Question.